Well, hello. Good afternoon, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. I can actually see some blue sky. This is amazing stuff. Welcome back. If you have just returned from spring break, I hope you guys had a safe one. It certainly was interesting weather-wise. Snow, some wind, rain. A good day thrown in there for good measure. We wound up canceling our camping trip because of the weather. It was looking like it was going to be extremely cold, which it was. It got down to the 20s. And it snowed. So, we couldn't see going for, it would have amounted to like one night, a day and a half. And the campground we were going to was more than 2 hours away. And, we decided it wasn't worth it. So we stayed home and did a staycation, visited a museum, did a few other things. Got to go on a motorcycle ride with R6 Gunner on his new bike, and did a little over 100 miles this past Friday. And our spring break got extended by one whole day. The Friday last week, or the week before spring break, the teachers had a sick-in because the state government is messing with their pension, and they have this proposed plan to try to fix the pension, which is, according to the government, is $20 billion in the red, short on funds. And that's because the previous governments have done nothing for probably 10 or 20 years to correct the issue, and they've borrowed from it to pay for other things, and now the chickens come home to roost. And there ain't no roost. But yeah, it's like 50 something degrees. It's a freaking heat wave. Spring has definitely been slow in coming this year. There ought to be more leaves on the trees by now. Usually by Easter, from my memory serves, everything's popping up green. All the lawns are pretty green. They're starting to green up nice now, but everything's all fresh and new, and hell, it still looks like wintertime for the most part. You can still see things greening up. But yeah, we are very likely going to have another teachers calling in sick Friday, to the point to where they're going to have to cancel school, like they did Friday week before last. But when you have gone through all the schooling, most of our teachers have master's degrees, and you spent decades teaching, and when you sign on with the board and work for the board, basically you're in an agreement with them that you're going to work X amount of time and you're going to pay X amount into the retirement system, and in return, after a certain period of service, the state's going to provide so much a month and insurance. And the state has mismanaged the system, and now they're wanting to make the teachers to make pretty significant concessions to try to fix the problem, and it's not fair, especially if you've got like 15 years in teaching, and it's a significant amount of money that you're going to be losing. It's pretty complicated. It's too complicated to go into here, but in the long and short of it is, incoming teachers are not going to have near as attractive of a retirement system, which will probably make it much harder to attract good teachers. And the system's already struggling. It just seems like it's shooting yourself in the foot to solve, it's creating another problem to fix another, it doesn't seem like an equitable thing. Well, anyway, that Friday the teachers went out. A bunch of people had shown up for work because they didn't call school until like 20 or 25 minutes after 5, which means a lot of people. I was getting ready to walk out the door, and a lot of people were already at work. And by contract, if you show up for work and you're there and they call work off, they're obligated to pay 2 hours. So all those people that were there did garage runs, and my bus and all the 17s went, and a whole bunch of other ones went to the garage for their normal scheduled inspections. And mine was back by this morning. So yeah, I got inspection done. We got the DEF tank is full, and they got all that taken care of without me having to drive a nasty sub, which is nice. It's real nice. Oh, almost our turn. A bunch of my kids, my little ones, seemed like they were happy that spring break was over with. A lot of them were glad to go back to school. I think, especially if they weren't able to go anywhere. Parents, can't just drop the ball and, just go to Florida. A lot of our children can't afford that. So they get stuck at an aunt's house or sitting at home for the entire week, not being able to go anywhere or do anything. And a lot of them are bored. They're glad to be back at school today. Now we got some more work done on the house too, on the downstairs refurbishment. Got an electrician coming tonight to do some electrical work. And now I'm ready to start painting trim so we can get the floor put down. It's moving right along. Well, anyway, it's just a brief little video mainly to welcome everybody back from spring break. And if you're about to go, I hope you have a good one, a safe one. I hope the weather is good for you. In the meantime, y'all be safe, be nice to your bus driver, and like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.